Hey guys, welcome back to the Wandering Wind. I've got a bit of an update for you from yesterday. The fact that I lost all the game files is still out there. That's still pretty much the same. The good news is that I'm not going to be working in Unity. I talked to a few of my game dev friends today, and unfortunately, Unity would be an even steeper learning curve than the software I'm using now, and would take me about 2 years to learn and then develop the game. So trying to use Unity, at least for this project, is probably a bad idea. Now, using it for a future project, sure. Once I've got the basics down, just in game development knowledge in general, then I can move on to a different and more well-rounded bit of software. But for now, I need to stick with what I've already got and what I know before I move on. It also helps that, at least with RPG Maker, after you buy the software, you don't have to pay royalties on any game that you make. So there's also that. I might also just go ahead and decide to keep making an RPG Maker anyway, because most of y'all are probably more PC and mobile gamers than anything else anymore. There are very few console gamers out there that won't also have a mobile device to play certain games on. So there's that. Anyway, I am going to be making better content moving forward. I do hope to make I do hope to make strides with the game itself. I'm going to be reaching out to Boogie tonight. Hopefully he answers. And I'm going to ask him about whether or not he knows any game developer friends, or even just graphic designers, or, anybody that he can put me in touch with that could possibly help out in certain specific areas of the game. I'm sure he could reach out to folks like Markiplier. I mean, not Markiplier, but maybe some of his own friends or whoever, and see if they've got like inroads that I can use to, that'd be great. I'd love to have the help. And really, I just want to see about making this year a year of productivity and a year of change in both myself and also in my approach to how I work moving forward with the game and with other things. So there's that. I also wanted to talk a bit about my my own physical health developments. So I'm down to 245, and I'm down to a size 40 pant size. So that's pretty good for me. I started out last year at a size 52. January of 2019, I started out in 52s. I'm down to almost 40s. So I've dropped about 12 inches off my waist. I've dropped 60 pounds total. And I've dropped about like 1,000 pounds worth of emotional guilt over putting myself into the spot I was in a year ago. So overall, I'm very much happier with how I am today versus where I was even a year ago. So there's that. That's really the biggest plus of all of this, is just my emotional well-being is a lot better now that I'm not so frustrated with myself every day for being overweight and not able to do much of anything at all for myself. So there's that. I'm also very much aware of just how heavily, pun intended, obesity weighs on your emotional state of being. And I will be making a video about this. I will be making a video about the reboot of The Biggest Loser, because I've been watching a little bit of that, and I'm not pleased with the way that they're going. I'm really not. And so I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about the state of the media's perception of weight loss in general, because I think we need to rethink how we look at weight loss and weight issues, because in 2020, we are to the point to where if we don't like what a doctor says, we tune them out. And that's not the way to live a healthy lifestyle. I'm just saying. I myself did that for years, mainly because the doctor I had at that time was a big old butthole, but still, I really did not take the proper approach when it came to managing my own physical well-being, and many other people do not as well. So there's that. I am also finally going to be, hopefully, releasing this week. I'm going to be releasing a How to Grow on TikTok in 2020 handbook guide-like thing. It's going to be free on my website. I will have a page dedicated to that, as well as a donation button if you wish to go and actually purchase the item, pay for the item in some way with a donation, so that way you guys can actually support me in that as well. But I have learned a lot over the last 96,000 followers on TikTok, and I really think I've got a few good, a really good few tips and tricks that you guys can use to possibly grow your own following if you do decide to become a creator there, which is a great idea, and I'll be talking about that in a future video as well. I think I might have already talked about it, but I'll talk about it again with the release of my book. So, with all that being said, 2020 is going to be a year of three things. One, game development. I'm going to continue to work on recapturing what I'd already made and then finishing the game hopefully in time for 2021. Two, I'm going to be focusing more on providing useful content for potential creators to use when it comes to learning how to use these new platforms. I'm going to be investigating them and learning the ins and outs and learning how to grow on there, and then telling you guys how to grow on there, and even giving you guys resources and books to use, as well as donation options for those things. And then thirdly, I'm going to continue creating the content that you guys love, because at the end of the day, if you guys don't like what I make, why am I here? So I'm going to continue creating music videos and fun videos and gaming stuff eventually. Again, I'm going to try and get a part 2 to my Kingdom Hearts playthrough done this week, and a few other things. The Remind DLC is supposed to be out this week, so that's also awesome. I'm going to be able to play that. So yeah, I'm gonna have a real fun time of all this. It's going to be great. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night. And until next time, thanks for being here. And I'll be back when the day is new. And I'll have more ideas for you. And you'll have things that you'll want to talk about. I will too. Because it's you I like. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a wonderful evening.